first topic of discussion in today's episode, and experts worldwide, the educational experts worldwide, urge countries to use education as a tool to combat and to fight terrorism. Currently, and according to official stats, at least 300,000 children are intimately involved in warfare worldwide, and the United Nations has drafted a treaty in 2002 banning any country from recruiting an under 18-year-old in any warfare. And to discuss the pivotal role of education in combating terrorism, and of course in developing countries, we are most delighted to be joined here in our live location with Dr. Mahmoud Azmy, and he's a higher education consultant. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you so much for joining us on Nile Cruise.
Thank you so much. I couldn't miss it for the world. It's a very important session tonight, actually.
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon. Well, Dr. Mahmoud, actually, it's shocking that the terrorist who committed the horrible act of the church, the terrorist attack, was only 22 years old. He was a youngster, and yet he was so desperate that he decided to give up his life. Now, what would cause such thing? What would cause a young man to go and just explode himself and kill others?
Well, first of all, let us discuss very important point. There are two sources of information going to the children, home and school. Home will give you cultural awareness, religion, whatever, but school will shape your character, will give you the information which can really light the darkness for you. So I heard once from one of the painters who was doing my home. He said, why do you think people love Muslim brotherhoods? I asked him why. He said, because they take us from 4 years old, when we are 4 years old in the school. They give us all the school material. They give us free tutorial classes. When you take a student for free education to help him, any poison you put it through, he is a kid, he doesn't know anything. A. B, if you go back to January 25th, we had a lot of beautiful young people from the university thought of having something to protest, to show that they are unhappy with something. They were used, very well used. Don't forget, young people, they live at home under the roof of their parents, and they have to play with their rules. When I take him outside, I say, you do it. This kid, 22 years old, 4 years ago, he was responsible to protect the demonstration for Muslim. You get a kid, 18 years old, they give him gun and fireworks, you tell him, oh, you are our hero, you protect them. Next time, go to hell. Did he ask himself, why this person who promised me heaven not to do it, why I have to do it for him? Because they are brainwashed. Young people, if you look at Daesh, they recruited, which really has proven their media system one of the excellent in the world. They recruited a lot of young people under 18 years old to join them in their fatal attraction there. Why? Because they know how to reach to their heads. Young people, they have one source for knowledge, which is the education. Did you ask yourself, what is the criteria to hire teachers? In Egypt, his bachelor degree. You take a bachelor degree, come and teach. What about Al-Azhar? Al-Azhar, a lot of universities there which deeply go through the religion and the Quran. They interpret it as they want. Students come out with the knowledge, their teacher give it to them as this is the right thing. You don't go right, you don't go left. They take it. Oh, come on. If you have a son, you take him with you to the cinema. You show him, this is the way, this is the cinema. He knows it. If I tell him, no, 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 go this way, no, my dad told me this is the way, he trusts you. Then when he trusts his teacher, which of course they are very professional people to do it. A few days ago, I think, after the disaster of the church, they caught one of the air tower control from Muslim Brotherhood. You know what he can do? He can crash 2 planes easily. Who allow him to work there? If there is any interview for any teacher who's going to play with those young people brains, no. You have a degree? Come on, teach. He can be atheist, he can be Muslim Brotherhood, he can be anything. And let him play with them. This is the main problem. Those young people in January 25th, they used them. Actually, they were like testing the water. They put them on 25th to see how it's going to happen. And they found, uh-oh, we can carry on. Then they start pushing more fuel on January 28th. Those young people, they couldn't go back home. Why? It's fun. Oh, we're going to cheer off. Oh, I'm going to be carried up and say, oh. Young people, don't blame them. Don't blame them. And this is how our January 25th revolution didn't go the right way, or didn't go as people expected, because there were another people from behind the screen directing the entire scene. And of course, when Muslim Brotherhood, actually April 6th came, Wa'al Ghunim came, Muslim Brotherhood, they threw him out of the stage when the guy in, what is his name, the one in Qatar, when he came, Qaradawi, when he came, they thought, oh, they brought to us Al-Khomeini. Wa'al Ghunim went to the stage, tried to do something, to say something. They told them, excuse me, get lost. They throw him out. Then young people are brainwashed, and it's very, very, very easy to brainwash them. Any demonstrator in a demonstration, his brain is younger than a child brain. You can direct him anywhere. What about now? People are into social media, and they think, oh, this is our life. This we can find our character. They can get poison, they follow the poison. Period. The government here, they should first, any graduate from, or anyone going to go to school of education, I mean college of education, must be interviewed first with psychological test to know, to find out. And he has to have background check. And when he graduates, before being appointed, he has to be interviewed again from the schools to see exactly what he can do, or his character, his capability. And then you can give him anyone, your children, when you send them to school, you are actually paying money for us to take care of them. It's a big responsibility. Then when you have someone spend this much money for his kids, their children, to get the right information, the right guideline, then you better provide that person who will give the right thing. But not the way we operate actually. Unfortunately, there is a lot of things that has to be changed. Like once you graduate, you have to be enrolled in one of the jobs. No, forget it. When it comes to education, you know, one doctor, a bad doctor, can kill a patient. And they know that he's not good, they stop him. But a teacher can destroy a nation, because he is teaching people, he's brainwashing people. You are not with him in the class, and young kid will get influenced by him. How many hours your children with you at home? And when they are at home, they are in their room with their computer, or sleeping, or do anything else. I mean, scale from 1 to 10, kids at home 1, school 8. So
yes, speaking about the misconceptions that these extremist groups have What can you tell us about that? And are they victims of such misconceptions?
Definitely. Do you think someone will go and blow himself up unless really he's completely brainwashed that this is the right way? You see, I can play with words and convince you with a lot of things. You don't have to go through Quran or Bible. Any other thing I can misinterpret to you and you buy it from me. Once you bought it, okay, because you are convinced. Their game is to convince you. This kid, he was a hero. He think he's a hero. Oh, I got the power. From a village, I'm nothing. Now I got the power to have a gun and kill these people. No one to come here. Okay, next step. No. You are something. We saw that you are really one of the leaders. We will take you for a higher. You are damn lucky. You are getting a higher training. They took him there. Of course, his ego become big. Okay, very big. And they promised them a lot. You are not only going to go to heaven, but we are going to take care of your family fully. Fully taking care of your family. So what am I going to lose? Going to heaven and everything is well. This kid is for those who are doubting and says the police. This kid, he got into the church in less than 2 minutes. He blew himself up.
We saw that on the CCTV cameras, yes.
He doesn't see anything. He went inside, he doesn't see. He went for one goal, boom, finish. He doesn't even think where he is, woman or man, or finish, blow himself up. And for our good luck, of course, that they found his phone with the last call to the leader, Mohab. And that's I'm telling them now because people are doubting. How come the police caught him very fast? Because of that.
Now, doctor, what about the role of the house itself, the home, and the parents to educate their children? Because if they are manipulated by the school, what about the parents?
It's very important that the parents will watch from far, not to show them that you are on top of your head, to watch what they are going through in the screen with their net, who they are going with, their friends. What did they learn today in the school? Oh, my mother can be smart. Said, well, you know, I would love to educate myself. Listen to what we are going to do with this class or that class. What did you take there? And she can get out information from the students about things they didn't know. That's very important for parents to know, to find out my children going a wrong way. It's very important, but I believe the style nowadays, life actually, become very hard. Everyone would like to work very hard. When the parents go to work, come back fighting the traffic, just would like to get home, to drop in bed, and mother has to prepare dinner. They are exhausted. They don't have this kind of energy to do what I'm telling you. Therefore, I believe, like Catholic schools, they do monitor. I mean, I don't know if you are a Catholic school graduate or, you know, they watch everything, even their clothes. They are following up. Why is this not to be in every school? Why? I hear about 80,000 pound tuition for a school. Excuse me? Get 3-4 advisors to watch people, to watch the students. 80,000, can you count them? It's too much money per students. And you are not getting even advisor to guide them like Catholic schools. I don't think it's right. The educational system has to be, again, carefully looked into.
What about universities, sir?
University, now you got already student who already shaped in a way.
His personality, he has a character and a personality.
Okay? And they don't leave him. They keep after him. There are a lot of other things. They use it, like in Cairo University, I was teaching there, and other universities, which I'm sure you heard. Students go out and break teachers' cars. Why? Because he's angry at the teacher. No any other goal. But this already started something. Then the other can do this and can do that. Then they fuel them.
Turns into chaos.
Into chaos. Okay? And you can control it. You know, I'm very glad that they said you'd like to protest, not inside the campus. Campus is campus. You'd like to discuss? Okay, you have a lecture room, and to discuss it. But to go outside and protest, sorry, it's not the place.
Now, what about having fraternities that are religiously associated or associated? Because sometimes people who do not have a political background or religious background, but then they are recruited from the universities through these various organizations and fraternities.
This is what we call peer pressure. You know, young people try to fit in. When they are within the group, some of the groups doing this, I have to fit in, I have to be one of them. Then they follow. Those people, fraternity, there are some of them already candidates are trained to recruit those people. They are very well trained to do this, okay? And they take different shapes. And unfortunately, what I'm really unhappy is a few of the most notable university in Egypt are the one which has this kind of young people. They have a lot of them, without mentioning name of them, but we have seen, we have heard, everyone munaqaba or niqab or so. You cannot do that.
Also, sir, you indicated in your talk about brainwashing.
About what, sir?
You talked about brainwashing the youth, the extremist groups brainwashing the youth. What do you think they would tell them to make it so appealing for a 22-year-old to blow himself up inside a religious site and killing innocent people around him, 25, and injuring 50 others? What kind of ideas do you think they hypnotize the youth with?
First, they always stress with poverty. Have you ever heard of any of those terrorists, even middle class? No. All poor class. And they come, here is Quran. Quran, you said that, oh, you have to be equal to everyone. Is this equal? Your students, your friend in the school has BMW and you cannot even ride a tuk-tuk. Is this fair? This government is wrong. And this Quran said so. And someone has to come out and help changing this nonsense. This one of the stereotype they use to brainwash them and to interpret anything in the Quran. Actually, we are, as an Egyptians, we are very religious people. We don't want to touch the religion, either Quran or Bible or even Torah for those Jews living here. So when you believe that someone who is a scholar and is interpreting the Quran to you or the Bible to you in a way, you will believe him. Have you ever heard in Egypt about a Coptic terrorist? Because Quran is for us as a majority is large and has a lot of interpretation, they can do it. But Bible, they don't have this way of actually, or we can see something else. They know very well that people, no one can touch religion here. So how we can start? We can start getting a fire, civil war between Muslim and the Copts. Muslim are majority, Copts are few. Copts cannot start civil war. Muslim can start civil war, and this is how they do it, because of the wrong interpretation of the Quran.
Yes. Finally, sir, as we're wrapping it up, your recommendations.
My recommendation that Ministry of Higher Education has to put criteria for hiring teachers and watching them, not to watch how they teach, watch their behaviors, their background, and their psychological attitude. It's very important. Not everyone who got a diploma, a degree, be hired. No. When it comes to teaching, it has to be different. He can go work in anywhere else with his degree. But when it comes to teaching, must be really interviewed and going through psychological and security check, background check.
Well, Dr. Mahmoud Azmy, the education consultant, thank you very much for this interview, sir.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
And dear viewers, now it's time to move on to a short break, and we'll be airing this report by Nile TV's Shuru, and we'll be back to resume the remaining segments of Nile Cruise on Nile TV International.
يعطى عنا خلاصا وغفرانا للخطايا وحياة أبدية لكل من يتناول منه.